Okay, all right, guys. It's up to about video 4 now on showing you guys how I actually install aftermarket my carbon fiber aftermarket spoiler onto a 98 Eclipse here. I'm at the part where I'm finish up the sanding on the Bondo, smooth it down. I know I made a video yesterday, really good, and about beginning to sand the cover up the hose on after I sanding, uh, and put Bondo to cover the hose up, but something wrong with the video. I accidentally deleted it, and it's just every time I'm trying to do any kind of Bondo for this car, I made a video and it messed up. I guess it's just bad luck. Sorry you guys can't see that. Maybe you guys can see that when I'm shooting a different video, when I'm doing something else on, when I'm doing work on bodies on another vehicle, or maybe when I actually fix this pull dent, get a dent pull and pull this out and fix it and have a bond this area here. By the next time, I'm gonna need um, need to get some more body tool to pull this dent out. That's the reason why I didn't do it here at this time. I'm just gonna fill up the hose that was from the old spoiler wings on this car. And sorry guys, that video is just deleted. It was a really good video. Uh, it was showing you guys like how I use the bonder to cover up the hoses and everything. But now this is the only video I can show you guys is after I bonder the hose up, cover the hose up, and sand it at this point is to sand it smooth down using some of the tools. And after sanding, I'm gonna spray a coat of primer and then drill new hoses, like I say, for this video here before I can install up my aftermarket carbon fiber spoiler. Right? So basically, at this point, like, is there some area like thick like this area right here? Because I have to put extra bundle. Then I'm gonna have to use this faster and stronger cutter that's using and having this 80 grits files for sanding body. So I have to change the grits to sand the bundle. Before I had a different type of grits to sand to the metal, and so I have to switch it here to sand the body. So it's two different things. If you want to sand down to the metal, then you use a different grits, a metal grits. But if you sand bondo, just like I'm doing here, just use regular bondo grits. Regular sanding 80 grits sanding paper. Okay, and but if you have a sander, that'll be much better. That's the right way to do it. Is buy you a sander for like $30 out there, and use sandpaper and sand that way. Um, it's just a better. This is too fast, You have to be really careful and use gloves and all that. Other than that, you can use this, just like I mentioned, told you when I did it, made a video sanding this tool on my side body kits, on the side body kits there. After I put Bondo on, um, I can use this too. I probably use this on the thinner area to finish it down. I don't have to do much on these holes right here, but there's a lot to sand on this hole right here before I do any hand sanding with 320 grits and then wet sand with 600 grits. So after sanding smooth down, I'm just going to use 320 grit sandpaper, hand sand it, and then down to 400 sandpaper, wet sand it, and then 600 wet sand it. Keep going up to 500 and 1,000 wet sandpaper to sand it smooth down before I put two coats. Maybe I'm thinking about putting two coats of spraying primer. Yeah, two coats of primer after sanding. So before I can take it to the paint shop to paint the car uh, and install my spoiler wings and drill new holes, and that way I can take it to inspection. So so I'm gonna first perform to you, let you guys see with this sander here. I'm gonna grind this thick part right here first. That's how you're gonna sand it. Then use your glass, safety glass, and gloves, thick gloves when you use this. I'm just gonna give you an example. I'm not gonna sand the whole thing, okay? So it's been like over an hour. The bundle is pretty much dry now. You just go ahead and sand it, okay? But it has to be at least an hour to let it dry before you can sand it. So most likely you can sand and thin down the outer layers right here. It's too thick. But try not to sand in the middle part because I put some bonder to cover the hose up. So that way. That's why I don't want to sand the middle part too much. But you do want to sand around the edges because it's really thick out here. Especially this one, I have to sand a lot on this particular hole right here. Um, but as far as these holes over here, it's pretty thin. I can just change and use this kind of air grinder. Just turn on my air compressor and start using it. Don't turn it like too high, just enough to sand. Really, it's just need a low RPM of sanding when you're sanding thin layer like this. It's not much to sand. I'll probably just sand a little bit, and then my air compressor is kind of low, but you kind of get the idea now. Um, how to sand using an air grinder, and it's pretty much thin now. I can just go ahead and use 320 grit sandpaper and start sanding this area right here, or probably start with 100 grits first, and then go down to 320, and then after that it should be ready to wet sand with 600 and 400 grit and beyond that. Okay, so that's it, guys. This video is mainly showing you guys how to sand in after I put Bondo and cover the hose up on these hoses and the cracks too. These are the cracks, and they're just thin layer. You just really have to sand it down to thin layer, and then just go ahead and sand it with sandpaper. Hand sand it with sandpaper, and then wet sand it. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for now, guys. See you in my next video after I sand it smooth down, prepare to wet sand it, and then spray primer coats on, and then drill new hoses to install the carbon fiber universal spoiler on. All right, guys. See you in my next video.